Hey guys, thank you for joining me for another video. I'm so blessed and so honored to be making this video. I had a lot of comments from the last video that I made on the season of loneliness, so I was just like, let me just make a second one just to, give people more information, because I find that a lot of you were interested. People are even sharing their stories on it and wanting to know more about how they can move forward, where they're at this point. And yeah, so let's get started. If you are still in this season of loneliness since watching my last video, or even before you watch my video, and it feels like it's been years, we now need to identify, why are you in that season? Why do you still feel like you're in this bubble of being on your own? The season of loneliness happens when it's time for God, when God wants to have that time with you, where you get mental clarity, and where he can prepare you without distraction for what's about to come. I think in my last video I even mentioned a greater blessing could be on the way, and there's some people who just can't come with you when it's time for you to receive that blessing. So we're going to tackle, if you're in this season and you feel like you are deliberately putting yourself there and you're just not ready to get out there again, because maybe people have offended you, or someone has hurt you in any way, or you just feel like you found comfort in this space. First of all, I want to say it was never God's plan for you to be alone entirely, to the point where it's like no one wants to talk to you and no one wants to get to know you. Even in his word, he has so many verses and so many scriptures about friendships, about unions and stuff like that. I know there's one where it says, where 2 or 3 are gathered, he is there. So God doesn't want you to be on your own. If you're really putting yourself in this situation, then we need to understand why you're doing that. If you are hurt, I understand it can be so hard to get back out there when you feel like you've opened up to people before and they've kind of thrown it back in your face. And that could be one thing. So if you are in that category, I want you to just slowly try and start putting your walls down. Understand that people can only hurt you when they know too much about you, when they know your insecurities and your weaknesses. So when you get out there again, don't tell people more than they need to know. Don't share more than people need to know. They don't even have to come to your place. You don't even have to go to their place. Just little things like coffee dates, little things like we can have a Bible study together at a cafe, little things like, oh, there's this church group coming up, why don't we go there together? And yeah, so that's one. And the second group of people is, if you're in this season and you just feel like, I can't find like-minded people, I can't find people who want to be my friends or other believers and stuff like that, how you can go about doing this is you can go to places where believers are there. Like maybe there could be Bible study groups in your city. You can even go online and see how you can find friends. In church, you can go, instead of straight away after church you're like, I'm going home, you can take a few extra minutes, get to know someone and stuff like that. It could also be that maybe you're just not a friendly person and people are not attracted to you. They're not attracted to coming, they don't want to come towards you. And this just means you need to work on your character, you need to work on your personality, and you need to work on how you socialize. When you socialize with people, are you open? Are you friendly? Are you like a nice person that other people want to get to know? These people who have traits and qualities in them that a bit toxic or other people just don't like. Have you ever been around someone when you're talking, you kind of like walking on eggshells because you don't want to upset them, because the minute you say something they snap? So this could be you. I'm not saying that exact trait, it could be anything else. Because if we want other people to accept us, and if we want other people to be our friends, we have to make sure that we are also someone who has groomed ourselves to make room for those people to come in. If you're in the season of loneliness and you feel like it's because God still has a greater plan for you, then definitely continue, stay with the prayers and stay with reading the Bible, but stay open for anything that could come. You don't know if you could meet someone tomorrow. You don't know if you could find what the group that you're supposed to be with, that's going to lead you to your purpose, is coming your way. So what I really wanted to make this video for is because I feel like in the last video there were a lot of people letting, and also I got a DM. This lady was telling me that she's alone, she has a husband and everything, but she still feels alone. And then I was asking her, is it because you don't have interests? Do you have a business? Do you work? Is there something that you're doing? And she told me no, she doesn't work because her husband would not like her to work. So it's little things like that. And then I said, well, she can do more, go out more with her son, bump into people and stuff like that. So I felt like there were a few comments kind of justifying and praising their loneliness. I don't want anyone to feel like being completely on your own is the right thing to do. It's a beautiful thing when the time is right and when it's that season for that. But when it's just like that, just to be like that, then yeah, then it's not really fulfilling its purpose, is it? I feel I went through a phase like that though, where I was on my own. At first it was just for self-awareness, to find out who I really am and stuff like that, and just, you know, stick to one identity of who I was. I had many identities before, and I will make a video about that very soon. So what was I saying? Yeah, so in that season of loneliness, when it was just like it's time now for you to get out there and meet people and stuff like that, I wasn't willing to, you know. I was making the alone time way longer than it needed to be, and it got to the point where I was just like, oh, I don't really want to be around people. But now as I'm growing up, it's not exactly the right thing to do, because how are you going to preach the gospel if you don't go talk to people? How are you gonna meet someone who is in a lonely place themselves for you to help them if you do not get out there and share the good news? So yeah, I think that's all I can share on this message at the moment. Thank you for watching. And please don't forget to send me videos and questions and suggestions on the next video of what I should talk about next. I don't know how to talk today. I'm just saying anything. Thank you though.